Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Alumni Gymnasium on the campus of historic Norwich Free Academy, where tonight the Wildcats will host the Bears from Stonington High School in girls high school basketball action. Along with the coach Chris Giusti, I'm Mike O'Farrell, and we are high above courtside tonight to bring you the action featuring the 4-1 Bears versus the 4-2 Wildcats. Both teams coming off of wins just 2 nights ago. On Tuesday, Stonington easily handled Plainfield 62-11, and the Wildcats gritted out a victory in Groton, topping the Fitch Falcons 39-34. Coach, I think we're in for a good one tonight.
Yeah, two great coaches, two great programs here in the ECC. Stonington has been a power in the conference for decades, and most recently with an appearance in the ECC Division II tournament final last year at Mohegan Sun, dropping one to Wyndham. But they have a legendary coach, which I know you'll talk about in a moment. We have a legendary coach, so both teams going to get after it tonight. It's a crossover game, so that means that the Division I NFA bigger school playing the Division III Stonington smaller school, so it's just a chance for both teams to kind of compete. Doesn't have a large effect on the standings in their own division. So a chance for them to compete and see where they stand at it. It's still an early juncture in the season here in early January.
It is, and you mentioned the Bears. They're 4-1 overall, 1-1 in their division. They have knocked off St. Bernard, Westerly, and Charahoe as part of an annual holiday tournament that's been in existence in the Wesley Pawcatuck area for years. They had their one loss to Wyndham, and they beat Plainfield recently. You talked about the coach, Paula Solar. She is a member of the Connecticut Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. She was inducted in 2006. She's a 2-time state champion. 1980 was her first. I remember going to that game. And 2006 was her last one. She's also a finalist in 2005. So she brings a lot to the table, and I think the Bears do. I mean, we talk about them being a smaller school, but that's not going to be a real factor tonight. They have some solid players on this team. 2 sets of sisters, the Risley sisters and the Cadmus sisters. Particularly Rory and Addie Risley, I think, are the players that we're going to look out for tonight. Rory had 19 against Plainfield the other night, and Caitlin Cadmus had 19 as well. So this is not a cakewalk for either side. This is going to be, I think, a battle.
Yeah, and Stonington's usually known for their size. They bring some size into the game again tonight. NFA has some taller players as well, so it'll be interesting to see how those players match up down low. I think guard play, as often is the case in high school basketball, will be the difference in this game. I think on paper, the Wildcats have superior guard play, but they have to execute. They have to come out and they have to perform like they know they can. Courtney Gomez, the NFA coach, is looking to get a little consistency. Her team has been very good at times, and at other times, frustrating. So she's trying to get that consistency, and they go a step in the right direction by doing what they need to do and taking care of business tonight at home against the Bears.
And the Wildcats are looking for their 3rd win in a row. Of course, they beat Fitch the other night, as I mentioned, and on Saturday they beat Pomperog. They crushed them, won by 39, and at the time, Pomperog was ranked number 9. Which was curious because it wasn't. I was here for that one. Not much of a game at all. And interestingly enough, for the first time in quite some time, your Wildcats are starting to get some attention and a few votes thrown their way in the state poll. We've also knocked off Bacon earlier this year and Waterford, and our losses were to Conard and Ridgefield in a holiday tournament, both by under 10 points. They lost to Conard by 7. And Ridgefield by 3, both winnable games. So I think the other thing we look for from Stonington tonight is Coach Solar doesn't always go deep. Her kids are used to playing a lot of minutes, and I wouldn't be surprised to see her play 7 or 8 tonight. And I think Coach Gomez is going to try to go a little bit deeper than that. Let's just get it out of the way, Juice. I mean, I know you mentioned it. Coach Solar was my gym teacher back in the day. I am a proud graduate of Stonington High School, but tonight I'm bleeding red. But She was an institution then and continues to be now.
Yeah, coached in so many big games, coached against our legendary girls basketball coach, Bill Scarlatta, for so many years. Coached a lot of great college players. You talked about the hardware that she's garnered in the state tournament. But just an ambassador for girls and women's basketball. It's such a positive impact for the young ladies that play for her. It's just an honor to be able to be here to call this game. It'll be a good one.
I think you're right. So let's meet the starters. First, we're going to meet the starters for the Stonington Bears. We've got Leah DePerry, who wears number 10. She's a junior. Sophia Hoinski is a sophomore. She wears 11. Addie Risley, the younger of the two sisters, she wears number 14. Her sister Rory wears number 22, and she's a senior captain, as well as Caitlin Cadmus, number 23, also a senior captain. Next, we're going to meet the starters for your NFA Wildcats. So Jordan Bacon wears number 1. She's a senior and also a recent commitment to Conn College next year. So good news there for Jordan. Brooke Stringer, also a senior, wears number 3. Cece Atchison, just a sophomore, she wears number 11. Junior Sophie Miner wears number 21. And senior Emily Orcutt wears number 33. Orcutt and Stringer are the captains for the Wildcats. And they are, of course, as Coach Juicy mentioned, coached by Courtney Gomez. No shortfall in the success of women's basketball in this area, that's for sure.
Yeah, Coach Gomez played here, won state championships here, went and played for Jen Rosati at the University of Hartford, and across the way on the Stonington bench, the assistant coach, Keoka Mars-Garrick, who played at Wheeler, also played for Jen Rosati at University of Hartford. So a Hartford Hawks connection tonight.
And a brief pause here for our national anthem. Bob Maloff, the voice of your Wildcats at the table, been here for years. Just sort of one day decided he was going to sing the national anthem. And
I'll never forget, when I was coaching, they always used to play a recording.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I have my back. You see where the NFA bench is in
Sure.
regards to where Bob is. I have my back looking up at the flag, and I'm waiting for the recording to start, and all of a sudden I hear him singing. I whip around, and he's got the mic, and he's standing up singing it. And the rest is history. He's been doing that now for, probably close to a decade.
He's sung it thousands and thousands of times between all the sports that he does. All right, we're getting ready for the tip-off. The Wildcats in the home white, Stonington in the away brown. The Bears again have on the floor DePerry, Hoinski, the Risley sisters, and Caitlin Cadmus. Wildcats starting off with Bacon, Stringer, Atchison, Miner, and Orcutt. Wildcats win the tip. This is Sophie Miner.
The Bears are going to open up in a zone here, 3-2. Going to trap up top.
Zone has given the Wildcats trouble in the past. We've seen that, but there's a wide open CC Atchison for 2 on a great feed from Emily Orcutt.
Yeah, high post entry to Jordan, high-low pass, get the ball into the middle. That's the way to break that zone.
Stonington with the ball now this side, under 22. That is Rory Risley, and she's fouled. Just like we were talking about before the game, Coach. Not even just over 30 seconds in, and Jordan Bayken picks up her first foul.
Yeah, biggest concern in talking to Coach Gomez before the game, can't get into foul trouble. So Jordan's.
Rory Risley misses the first. Wildcats with an early 2-0 lead. 7:26 left to go in the first. Risley's second, also no good. Rebound pulled down by number 11, Sophia Hoinski. Great rebound over the top of Orcutt and is able to get it right back up, tie the game. Orcutt into Baykent. They're working that quickly. Bears come away with a turnover. This is DePerry who travels, no call. Baykent pulls it down, and here we go back the other way. Stringer looking ahead for Atchison. Great catch and follow. Cece with a quick 4 points on a beautiful feed from Brooke Stringer.
Yeah, nice catch too.
Leah DePerry, she wears number 10 for Stonington. That was her with the ball before it was knocked out of bounds. 23 about to inbound. That's Caitlin Cadmus. Her sister's on the bench. I'll do my best with these sister combinations tonight. DePerry, Hoinski. That's Rory Risley. Orcutt, good defense there, and Bayken comes up with the loose ball.
Wildcats looking to push.
They sure are. Orcutt contested, own rebound. No foul, gonna call that out of bounds going down to the Bears.
Yeah, so the Wildcats playing man-to-man defense. That's their staple. Sometimes they'll extend pressure, as it looks like they're gonna do right now. Stonington content to play zone right now.
So the ball comes into Hoinski. That's Addie Risley, number 14. Her sister, Rory, is 22. I don't know if they play 3 sports, but I know both of them are golfers as well. This is Hoinski. She's doubled. 3-second violation on the Bears. Wildcat ball.
Yeah.
6:28 left in the first, 4-2 NFA.
Yeah, quick double team from the Wildcats forces that turnover.
And speaking of double teams and a turnover, here it comes back the other way. DePerry, Caitlin Cadmus, no good. Rebound, Stringer comes up with it. Again, looking to push. Cece trying to get on the board early again. She's going to go to the line. No foul. No foul. Thank you for that, Coach.
A clean block, good hustle. And one of the things that's plagued NFA early here, they're not using the ball fakes against the zone, and the zone knows where the ball's going.
Inbound play to Orcutt. Straight up for Emily, no good. Right side. Minor's going to take down that rebound with a Stonington player. Jump ball, Bears basketball.
Yeah, a little sloppy here the last couple possessions for the Wildcats. Extending the pressure now, trying to force Stonington to play a little faster than they're accustomed to.
Risley, Hoinski, Cadmus. Atchinson's on Cadmus, trying to get the ball to DePerry. Stringer's not going to allow that. And Jordan picks it off. Cece looking to run again. Beautiful pass to Bayken. Too strong, but she's going to go to the line.
Yeah, it almost looked like Stonington was passing it to Jordan. She was a little surprised. It was so easy that she caught that, but really good once she outlet the ball that she ran the floor and got it right back for the easy scoring opportunity to go to the line to shoot 2.
Jordan makes her first. That foul was on Leah DePerry. That's her first on the Bears. Wildcats have one as well. Baykent, good foul shooter. Of course, I probably just jinxed her. Nice.
Nothing but net.
Nothing but net. 2 for 2 for Jordan. 6-2 Wildcats, 5:45 left in the first. Pressure works again. Minor waiting for her teammates to come down. Jordan's going to, right idea, but into the mix. Emily's on the floor. Multiple on the floor. Jump ball. Wildcats. Coach, do you miss the jump ball versus this alternating possession
I never. I'm not as old as you, Mike.
Oh. You don't remember when they
Well,
used to do that?
they never did it in high school.
You've always had an arrow.
I always had an arrow.
Orcutt takes the inbounds. Ew! Just misses it. Nice feed there from Stringer on the inbounds play.
I mean, they still do it in the NBA, so I know what you're talking about. But
You've seen it once or twice?
No, I mean, I see it all the time in the NBA, but I mean, in college and in high school, that wasn't around. It was already the arrow.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. First foul on Rory Risley. Orcutt at the line. Buries the first. Seven to 2 now, Wildcats. 5:27 left in the first. Second shot for Orcutt. She misses left. Bayken rebound. What do they call a jump ball there? Yep. So that's going to go back down to the Bears. A host of jump balls here early.
Yeah, Jordan's just got to get that ball up high so that they can't get the jump ball opportunity. But this pressure is bothering the Bears.
Hoinski overthrows Risley, and Stringer comes up with it, coming back the other way. Atchison inside to Bayken. You can tell what they're trying to do. Hoinski, another big block on Jordan. You're right, she's got to get that ball up. I'm impressed with Hoinski so far, just a sophomore getting right in the mix here. Orcutt picks it up, loose ball on the floor. Atchison ahead to Minor. Can she outrun her? Thinks there was a foul there, but we play on. Cece for three! Cece Atchison with 7 early points. And the Wildcats jump out to a 10-2 lead. And Coach Solar says, we need to take a little break, 30-second timeout.
Yeah, they need to take care of the ball. 5 turnovers, 4 in a row. Can't win if you can't get shots up.
Man,
so,
that's why we have you here.
Well, I mean,
it's with facts like that.
I mean, just writing it down as it goes. I mean, the ratio for talk time is about 1 minute to 5 seconds, so I have plenty of time to write down stats as you're talking. I'm only kidding.
It's all good, Coach.
But in all seriousness here,
the press is
yeah, it's you know, Coach Gomez switched to it a few minutes ago. When it was a close game, and Stonington hasn't really sniffed at the basket since. So they got to figure out how they're going to get the ball into scoring position, and also how they're going to get the ball to their top player,
Rory Risley. And Caitlin Cadmus. So this is DePerry. She gets around, gets the ball to, that ends up in Rory's hand, no, Caitlin's hands. I'm confusing my 22s and my 23s. Hoinski is camped under there. Coach Gomez fires from long range. That would have been something if it went in. That would have been a grade 8 play of the week if she buried that one.
That might be true. I don't think Rory Risley has attempted a shot yet.
She's only got those 2 free throws, so she got fouled in the act on 1. Bears trying to in-ball. That's DePerry. Back to Caitlin Cadmus, who will try the 3. No good. Emily and Rory combined for the rebound before it ends up in Stringer's hands. Brooke up and in with the left hand. Bears hurriedly back down the court. Addie Risley, Leah DePerry.
NFA showing his own look here.
This is Rory Risley. That's Addie Risley. And that's a missed shot. And Brooke Stringer's looking ahead to Sophie Minor. But Brooke is going to pull the ball back. Jordan. Oh, Sophie's all alone underneath. Kicks back. Wow, everything's dropping right now, Coach.
Yeah. Playing with confidence. My old assistant coach, Garvin McAllister, always used to say when you're getting stops on defense, offense becomes so much easier, and that's what's happening right now. Another steal.
Another steal. Orcutt looks ahead to Stringer. Brooke inside to Bayken, and another 2. 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first, 16-2 Wildcats. This is exactly the type of start that Coach Gomez wanted and not the start that Coach Solar wanted.
Yeah, and NFA's gone to this 1-3-1 and further befuddling the Bears.
Caitlin Cadmus, Hoinski, tried to get it into Rory, and Cece comes down with a steal. Inside to Emily from 10.
And another timeout.
Has to. 18-2. Wildcats on a tear to start off the first quarter. Shooting percentage has got to be through the roof right now. We'll take that.
Yeah, they've missed 3 shots.
And made a lot.
Made 7. So that's 70%. 7 of 10 from the field. 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 1 3-pointer. Whereas Stonington,
the Bears clearly haven't gotten 10 shots. We know that.
1 of 7 from the field, but more importantly, 7 unofficially, 7 turnovers.
I'm going to go with your numbers being official.
Okay.
I mean, there's nobody to tell us they're not.
Post game, the film will. But.
Well, we're in the game now, so that's all we got. Somebody wants to go back and correct us, they can do it.
Okay.
All right, Bay-Kent sits down, and she is replaced by number 4, Jada Harris, just a sophomore, who's getting more and more minutes every game. Good to see that. Inside to Hoinski, Petra Berry also checked in for the Wildcats. Where's number 5? And Savannah Guernsey. We had household changes there at the timeout.
Yeah, and Petra's been here for a while. It's a luxury that they can bring a player with her size and experience off the bench. And they really like the sophomore Jada Harris, a tough-nosed player, not afraid to mix it up inside.
In for the Bears, number 5, that's Mansfield. She replaces Addie Risley. So for the Wildcats, it's Orcutt. This is Atchison with the ball, Berry, Guernsey, and Harris. Emily to Petra, not really where she's expected to be, way out past the 3-point arc. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Wildcats with an 18-2 lead. Shot clock is at 5, and there's a turnover. To Perry, Mansfield. Inside to Rory Risley, and we're going to pick up a foul there on Petra Berry.
Yeah, a little overzealous there.
Yeah, just got into the game. Wants to make a move. I get it. So inbounds play from the baseline. We'll see what the Bears have drawn up here.
And NFA staying in the 1-3-1 on the baseline out of bounds. That's interesting.
Right to Rory Risley, and there's her first basket. That was too easy.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen that much.
I don't think Coach Gomez was happy with that one either. I think I've seen a note about what play to expect there. Berry, top of the key. Atchison trying to get it to Orcutt and forces it. Turnover to the Bears. This is Mansfield and DePerry, and here comes Stonington.
2 straight turnovers for the Wildcats.
1:23 left in the first. 18-4. Bears trying to claw back here. See what I did there, Coach? Bears trying to claw back.
I see that, but Wildcats have claws too.
Yes, they do. And Atchison just used hers to take the ball away. Harris outside. Emily's going to try a 3, or her feet were right on the line, but either way, it was short. DePerry, Mansfield. Hoinski, inside to Rory again. That's too easy.
I love how she keeps the ball so high,
She
Mike.
does.
She just catches it. It never comes down. And, credit, that's one of the strengths of Coach Solar. She knows how to coach those post players.
Atchison, big first quarter for Cece. That's 9 points for her. If I remember, Coach, Rory Risley made quite a name for herself at Mohegan Sun a couple of years ago. I don't know if she ended up being the player of the game, but I just remember there was a lot going on with her, and it was all positive.
No, she's one of the top players in the league.
Cece Atchison, Jada Harris. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds left in the quarter. Orcutt looking inside for Berry, puts the ball down and gets tied up. Throws a little bit of a forearm, but not going to get called. Leah DePerry can't make the layup. Atchison ends up with the ball in her hands. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Cece's going to heave it, and that's the one shot she missed in the first quarter. So the first 8 minutes are gone. 20 for your Wildcats, 6 for the Stonington Bears. But the last minute or two of that quarter, not good news for not for the Wildcats.
Well, they let the Bears get a couple extra baskets by turning the ball over. 3 turnovers in the last 6 possessions, so they hadn't turned the ball over all game before that. So they got to take care of the basketball. Sometimes complacency sets in. You get a big lead,
Well, she also
And
changed the lineup too, so we had a group in there that hadn't been playing with each other for the previous few minutes. Does that have something to do with that, Coach?
It could, but I mean, you're trying to build a championship team. Now, you don't want to rely on Iron 5. If you're going to compete in the Double L Division I tournaments, you need to develop depth off the bench. And like I said, some of those players that they brought off the bench have varsity experience.
Yeah, they sure do.
Guernsey played last year. Petrus played for a couple years now. So, and they still had, some starters out there. So Coach Gomez isn't going to give them any excuses. When you go out there, you're playing varsity basketball now. Expectations have to stay the same.
Looks like the same starting 5 for the Bears, with the exception of Addie Cadmus, number 12. So we've got DePerry at 10, Poinski wears 11, Addie Cadmus at 12, Addie Risley at 14, and Rory Risley at 22. So we still have 2 Risleys on the court and 1 Cadmus. For the Wildcats, Stringer, Baykent, Harris, Berry, and Guernsey. Jordan with 1 foul, probably not where she wants to be there. Inside it goes, nice move by Addie Cadmus. Harris pulls the ball away, and here comes Brooke for the Wildcats. Stringer to Baykent. Looking for a cutter, can't find it. Going to call a foul on number 11, Sophia Hoinski.
Some first quarter numbers, Mike. The Wildcats 8 of 13 from the field, 3 turnovers. The Bears 3 of 11 from the field with 8 turnovers.
Harris, the trigger here. Stringer tries to get it inside to Jordan. She does, but she's bottled up. Again, there's your talk about Rory Risley holding the ball high above her head and Jordan Baykent keeping that ball low, and the turnover was forced.
Yeah, 2 turnovers from the Wildcats to start the quarter. They're up to 5 in the game.
7:15 left to go in quarter number 2. Nice backdoor cut. Addie Risley gets fouled by Jordan Baykent, which is going to be her second, and that's immediately going to bring Emily Orcutt back into the game.
Yeah, with so much time left in the second quarter, I think it's a no-brainer here. You got to put Jordan back on the bench, even though she did get a lot of time to rest in the first quarter.
Yep. Jordan will sit down. Emily Orcutt comes back in. Still, this is the beauty of this rotation with with Orcutt, Berry, and Baykent. You substitute 1 6-footer for another.
Right.
Risley banks the second one, so the Bears are 1 for 4 from the free throw line, and they cut the lead to 13 with just over 7 minutes to play in the first half. 20-7 NFA. Orcutt is stymied up top. Coach Gomez gets a timeout to avoid the 5-second violation. It's going to be a 30, and I would say the Bears have come out with a little bit more snarl here in the. Do Bears snarl? Growl? Anyway, they've come out stronger in the second quarter than they have in the first quarter.
Pride.
Pride.
I mean, in all seriousness, this was looking ugly. It was 18-2.
Right.
So now it's at this point it's about pride, and if you can scratch and claw and get this game into single digits by halftime, that's a successful second quarter. Obviously they'd probably like to get it tied or the lead, but I mean you set small goals for yourself when you fall down big. Let's win the possession, let's get a bucket, and now that they've gotten some momentum, now the next goal is let's get this thing down to single digits, and you go from there. For the Wildcats, got to get some shots up, and that starts with taking care of the basketball and getting the ball to open people. You might have to use a ball fake, reverse the ball, but too much telegraphing where the pass is going right now.
Stringer, Orcutt. Emily's got Hoinski on her. This is Jada Harris, the sophomore. Savannah Guernsey, never bashful with the ball. Inside to Emily. Emily can't get up for a shot. 3-second violation.
And the Wildcats don't have a shot this quarter. 3 turnovers. kind of a flip of what happened in the first quarter.
Sure is. DePerry, Addie Risley, Guernsey's on her. Caitlin Cadmus, 23. Stringer forces DePerry, gets the ball to Addie Risley. Emily got a little hand on that. Petra got her hands on that, but they're going to call it a jump ball.
Yeah, Stonington just can't score. And they have done everything else right except put the ball in the basket in the last few minutes.
6:22 left. Why is the clock running?
They're trying to set the shot clock, and then they're probably going to go back.
Oh, then they're going to go back and reset the game clock.
That's just a guess.
So, because of the jump ball. So 6:23 on the game clock, 17 on the shot clock. Good call, Coach.
Wildcats play man on that baseline inbounds. No layup this time.
Poinski faces an immediate double team. Oh, we're calling a kickball? Kickball going to NFA. Poinski's been in a few scrums down there, going up against the bigger Wildcats underneath. All right, we're looking for a good possession here. Stringer, Harris. Petra sets a screen. Right idea, but turnover. Looking for the screen and roll, didn't get it. Here comes Caitlin Cadmus. She can't get it. Emily comes down with a rebound, and here comes Stringer. Thought about Petra on the run there, but decides, I think, wisely to pull it back. Emily directing traffic, top. Back to Brooke. In the corner to Emily. Tries to bounce pass to Harris. Can't get to her. Goes out of bounds. Will stay Wildcat basketball with 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Cece Atchinson's going to check back in. She's replacing Jada Harris. Atchinson on fire in the first quarter. Comes out with 9. Stringer the trigger. Right to Orcutt. A little bit too late. Cece. Savannah's going to fire that for sure. Too deep. That's going to be on Orcutt. She had the arm wrapped around her. It's going to be Emily's first foul. But again, 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and your Wildcats are struggling.
Yeah, that was the first shot attempt that they had this quarter, that three-pointer by Guernsey. So
Sophie Miner checks back in. She replaces Guernsey. Wildcats are back in a little bit of a pressure defense, backing off now. This gave the Bears fits early on. This is Hoinski. Petra's on her, forces her to the baseline. Shot up, no good. Hoinski battling for the rebound. Atchison comes away with it in the battle of number 11s. Emily called for it. Atchison, Petra, Sophie. Bad pass.
Got to mix in a ball fake every now and then.
None of them. We haven't seen one yet.
Just catching and passing.
So another jump ball is going to go back to the Bears. Going to reset the shot clock to 35. Just under 5 minutes till the half. 20-7. So our first quarter score was what? 20-4?
20-6.
20-6.
Of a wild offensive explosion here in the second. One
point.
Total point scored. It's 1-0 in the second.
So 22, Rory Risley checks back in. She replaces Addie Cadmus. Atchison in the corner to Brooke. Stringer to Miner. Emily calling for the ball. They can't get it to her, but Harris, Johnny on the spot there, or Jada on the spot, and Emily fouls up. Her second basket of the night. She's got 5 overall, and the lead is back to 15. Bears are running. Cadmus can't get anything going there before Emily pulls down the rebound.
Bears just can't score, but credit to the Wildcat transition defense getting back, stopping that transition opportunity.
Jada Harris will launch a 3 from the corner, no good. Brooke can't get in front for the rebound, and here comes DePerry. A 3-pointer for Caitlin Cadmus, no good. Harris with the rebound, knocks Risley to the ground and brings the ball back up herself before giving it to Brooke. Cece Emily's calling for it inside. Bad pass by Atchison. Hoinski was able to knock it away, but Harris got it. On the wing now, it's Miner. She tries to go against Rory Risley, not going to get anything there, and throws it nearly away. Shot clock's at 5. Cece's got a launch. She manages to get in, tried to draw the foul, and another jump ball.
That was a nice move by Cece to just get a shot off, a reasonable shot off with the shot clock coming to an end. A lot of times you just see players both on the boys and girls sides just jacking up a 30-footer at the end of the shot clock. She didn't panic, got it to the rack.
Hoinski goes to the bench for Stonington. Addie Cadmus comes in. So we have 2 Cadmuses and 2 Risleys, and I will do my best. Then we have an Orcutt who just blocked a shot from Addie Risley, and that shot is good from Addie Cadmus.
Finally, the Bears get one to go down. They're 1 of 7 this quarter.
22-19, 3 minutes to go until the half. Cece Atchison. Miner, Harris. Emily is dying for that ball inside. The entry passes just aren't going well. She's having to do a lot of work there and a lot of work for NFA to save the ball there before a backcourt violation. Shot clock's at 5. Jade is going to fire from straight on. No good. Sophie tried to play it off a Stonington defender into the hands of Rory Risley. Here come the Bears. Caitlin Cadmus can't make the layup. Miner's going to pull it down. Going to go long range, but that's a bad pass. Addie Risley. Shot. Rebound's going to come in the hands of Atchison. Cece's got it to herself. Draws the one, and it's good.
She's been the best player tonight on both teams. Seems to have a little bit more of a bounce in her step. A lot of the other players having a hard time getting the lift to get shots going in the right direction. So many shots are short, a little bit too hard. But Cece has found the bucket tonight.
And she completes the three-point play. That foul is on Leah DePerry. I had it as her first, but the board has it as her second. It's 12 points in the first half for Cece Atchison, just a sophomore. Here come the Bears. Hoinski, quick release, no good. Rebound, Rory fights for it. Hoinski back with it again in the middle of a scrum like she's done all night. They find the ball, find Sophia Hoinski. NFA gets the alternating possession. 1:49 left to go in the half, 25-9. Wildcats with a 16-point lead. They had a 14-point lead after the first quarter. Coming up at the half, we will see 2 videos from our digital media students. And then Coach and I will talk about the first half, preview the second half, and some other things. Shot clock now is at 15. Atchison, Bakent, Cece pops, no good, rebound Hoinski. Here comes DePerry. Oh, DePerry, great save there. Addie Risley now. Rory Risley. DePerry. Addie Risley. Hoinski against Bakent, who has 2. I feel like that would have been a jump ball there. But missed shot. Cece pulls down the rebound. Just under a minute to play. Jada Harris for 2 on a great feed from Cece Atchison.
I can see why the coaches like Harris.
They sure do.
She plays with a bounce in her step. Nice finish there.
Jordan, don't pick up your third here on a silly foul. Here comes Guernsey all the way back. Tries to draw the end one, but no go. And the Bears come back the other way. Tried to get the ball from one Risley to the other. Knocked out of bounds. Will remain with the Bears. And Petra Berry comes back in. She wears number 5. She replaces Jordan Bakent. Shot clock is off. 24.5 seconds left in the first half. Wildcats with an 18-point lead, 27-9. Rory Risley off the glass, no good. Barry with the rebound. Presumably NFA holding for one shot. Atchison clocks under 10. Tries to get it into Petra. Another scrum with Hoinski in the middle of it, and the Bears are going to just watch the clock go out here. Wow, this is kind of a brutal end to that first half. But it is the end of the first half nonetheless. 27-9, Wildcats. They had a 14-point lead after one. They have an 18-point lead after two. And Coach, we're going to go, actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to watch our cheerleaders first. And after our cheerleaders, we're going to go to our special videos, and then we'll come back and talk about the first half. I will tell you more about those videos in just a second. Cheerleaders just getting ready for their competition season, which starts later this year. You know, once again, we're pleased to bring you some student-created content here at the halftime. You're going to see two stories produced by students in our digital media class, which is taught by Sheree Fitzgerald. Among the options here, NFA is home to a fully equipped TV studio, and our students gain hands-on experience during their time. The first story you're going to see is about a club fair that was held earlier this year to help kids find a way to get involved. And then the second story is about tremendous work on campus to ensure that those less fortunate were provided food during the recent holidays.
Joining a club in high school can be a gateway for new opportunities, such as learning new skills, a break from academics, and something to add to your college application. School counselor Mallory Seidel.
I think students should join a club because it really gives them an opportunity to make friends that have common interests. It gives them something extra to do after school, to pass their free time, and helps them feel more connected to NFA.
The activity fair on November 21st gave club leaders a chance to advertise their club to other students and for students to learn about the opportunities each club holds. NFA student Austin Clark ran the environmental science table.
People join this club. People should join this club to be able to feel like they have an impact on the community and make sure just the world goes around and the environment is good and safe for the future.
NFA has over 40 clubs to offer to students. NFA Library Director Christy Chris is the advisor of the book club.
Well, if you like to read, you like to hang out with people, we also get to take a field trip in the spring to Book Barn.
Not only do clubs provide great opportunities to students, they bring different cultures and people together. An example of this is the French Club.
They'll have an introduction to different aspects of French culture. So for example, when we do the field trips, we'll go to an art museum and see French art, and then go to a French restaurant or a crêperie and sample some French food.
As well as the Asian Cultures Club.
In the Asian Culture Club, we get together and we celebrate cultural holidays and we eat cultural foods.
Why should students join this club?
So they can learn more about Asian culture and form community.
Clubs give students the chance to find a community that makes them feel connected to NFA. Having a good group of people to talk to can help students with their mental health or even just give them someone to spend time with. From the campus of Norwich Free Academy, I am Lydia Stoloronic with Ali Topalis on camera.
We're doing a couple of service projects. The first one we're doing is trying to help people in our NFA community who are food insecure and have requested Thanksgiving baskets.
As the holiday season is upon us, Norwich Free Academy collected over 6,000 pounds of food for their third annual food drive. Crescent House Principal Jason Pikulis.
This is something that we've done at different points throughout the history of NFA and always looking to support our community. So really this was something that was a collective group of students and adults here at NFA that said, like, we need to give back to our community, and one of the best ways to give back is through food.
NFA was a huge help to the Norwich community by taking part in delivering food bags to those in need. The director of Project Outreach, Kate Gata, and her students jumped right into help. With NFA students in St. Vincent de Paul receiving the donating goods, it's for sure no families went without food on Thanksgiving Day. From Norwich Free Academy, I am Vanessa Sproul reporting with Harmony DeBose for Wildcat News Now.
Welcome back, everybody. High above courtside here inside the Alumni Gymnasium at the historic campus of Norwich Free Academy. It's Michael Farrell along with Coach Chris Giusti for tonight's matchup between the Stonington Bears and your NFA Wildcats. NFA with a 27-9 lead here at the half. Initial thoughts, Juice?
Well, like golf,
okay.
You'll know that you don't draw a picture on the scorecard. You don't draw a picture on the scorecard. You wouldn't want to see how I ended up with that 5. And that's, I think, how, maybe Coach Gomez might think about this first half. You look at the scoreboard, 27-9. It's a dominating performance, but wasn't always pretty at times. NFA 9 turnovers. I know that's something that she wants to clean up. They were 11 of 22 from the field, but most of that was a result of the hot first quarter where they were 8 of 13. They were only 3 of 9 in the second quarter. But the super positive for the Wildcats has been their defense. They have allowed only 4 made field goals from the Bears. The Bears are shooting 4 of 22 from the field with 11 turnovers. So stifling defense, that's a hallmark of a Coach Gomez team. And I know that's something that she'll be proud of and continue to emphasize at halftime. Keep playing the good defense, but let's do a better job taking care of the basketball. For the Bears, they got to get some shots to fall. I thought they got themselves back into the game emotionally,
right,
by getting a couple buckets in the first quarter and then causing a lot of turnovers. 4 in a row they caused to start the second quarter on NFA, but they just could not convert. They can't get the ball to fall down. Maybe shooting in front of their own bench will bring them some positive momentum, and they're going to need to get off to a quick start here in the third quarter. Down 18, you're looking at, you got to try to get it to 10
right
by the end of the third quarter to have a chance.
So just to recap the scoring for the Bears, Sophia Hoinski, Addie Cadmus each with 2 points. Addie Risley had 1 from the free throw line, and her sister Rory had 4 points to lead the Bears. They were 1 for 4 from the free throw line. For the Wildcats, Jordan Bacon had 4. Brooke Stringer, Jada Harris had 2 points apiece, as did Sophia Minor. Emily Orcutt had 5, and the player of the game so far, Cece Atchison, with a super strong first quarter, ended up with 12 in that first half. So interesting, it is early. One team has played 5 games, one team has played 6. So you say it's early in one sense, but we're a quarter of the way through the season in another sense. Just from the averages so far, Stonington comes into this game averaging 58 points a game. Clearly, that's not going to happen tonight. Defensively, they give up 36 points a game. On the NFA side, again, from the early averages, it's still early in the year, 45 points per game offensively, 35 points per game defensively. So those are just some stats for those of you that like those kind of numbers. The other thing for numbers, this is the only meeting this year between the teams. They did not play last year, but during the 22-23 season, NFA had a 46-26 win at Stonington. So I like the fact that these teams play each other, fairly often. They had the year off last year, but I think it's good for the Bears. I think it's good for the Wildcats. I think it's good for the league. I think it's good to have 2 legendary coaches going up against each other. Maybe I'm not sure I should put Courtney in the legendary stage just yet. We'll call her a legendary player and a soon-to-be legendary coach. But we've got just a couple minutes before we're going to get underway here in the second half. I will say, looking ahead, if the score remains the same as it is right now, the Bears would be very happy with that outcome. Saturday, Juice, they play host to Newtown, who's always a tough game for them, and it will be the 4th game in 7 days. So from the coaching perspective, 4 games in 7 days is a lot. Not a lot of practice time in between. Got to rest the kids a little bit. So will that influence anything we see here from Coach Gomez in the second half?
No.
setting you up for one of those 20-second answers you want.
No, I mean, I think the score, not that in particular. I think the score in the third quarter.
Will
I think
dictate.
I think if they can blow it open and add another 10 to 15 points to their lead, I think we will see a fourth quarter with some more subs. But I do still think it's very early, and based on the sloppiness of the first half, they got a lot of work to do if they want to compete with the very best teams in the state, and I know that's her goal.
Yeah, it sure is.
That's the goal here at NFA. You play to be the best, and they've been chipping away the last couple years. They had that great year in the COVID-shortened season,
10-0,
where they were number one in the state, and have gone through a total rebuild, and now with 3 seniors starting, they have a chance to make some noise, and they need to clean up the offensive execution. The defense is getting to the point where it should be ready, but they got to clean up the offensive execution.
All right, we are underway here in the second half. Bears with the ball. Rory Risley, I believe, is going to pick up or draw a foul there against Brooke Stringer, I believe. Yep, it's the first on Brooke. So the Bears out with their original 5: Leah DePerry, Sophia Hoinske, Addie Risley, Rory Risley, and Caitlin Cadmus. And that's a 3-point shot that's no good. Cece Atchison pulls it down for NFA, also out with their original 5. Atchison, Miner, Stringer, Orcutt, and Bacon. Sophie Miner, nice pass to Emily. Almost called her by her sister's name. She wouldn't like that. Caitlin Cadmus with the rebound, and here we go. This is a 1-3-1 here for the Wildcats?
Yep, and Stonington was in the 3-2, so both teams mixing it up on defense. NFA played this a lot in the first half.
Jordan tries to alter the shot from Hoinske. No good. Team rebound Bears. Their basketball. 7:16 left to go in the third.
The zone always looks good when teams are missing outside shots.
This is Hoinske. She tries to get the ball to Addie Risley. Cece's right there. Nice. Cece Atchison looks the other way and finishes.
Yeah, and she's been a force on the bottom of that 1-3-1. She's anticipating and getting a lot of steals.
Caitlin Cadmus buries a 3. Their first 3-pointer of the night. 29-12 Wildcats. 6:48 third quarter. Orcutt, Cece, nice pass to Miner. Sophie backs out. Emily, keep that ball up. We've been talking about that all night. Atchison, Berry. Sorry, Bacon. I was thinking Petra there for a second. Shot no good. Cece tries long range, short rim. Rory Risley with the rebound, and the Bears come back the other way. Cadmus and Rory Risley had 19 the other night against Plainfield. They're going to need to get involved for the Bears to get back into this game. And there's Rory Risley for 2, as if I just described it perfectly.
Finally.
29-14, the lead is 15, 6 minutes left. Atchison's going to find herself at the line.
And she just looks faster.
She does. Sophia Hoinske, number 11, picks up the foul. That's her second. It's going to send Cece to the line. She made her only attempt in the first half. And this is the first here. Converts 1 of 2. 30-second timeout, Coach Gomez, as NFA takes a 30-14 lead. Initial third quarter reactions, Coach.
Yeah, just kind of interested in the fact that both teams are playing zone and, maybe trying to, I think, 2 different philosophies. I think the Wildcats are trying to get Stonington to jack up outside shots or throw a bad pass and try to anticipate, steals underneath, whereas Stonington in the 3-2 zone are trying to trap the ball handler. Both teams have had some success so far getting some shots off against these zones. NFA's done a good job of not allowing that first trap to affect them and have gotten the ball inside and going to the basket. And Stonington finally buried a 3 and then got an inside jumper from Risley.
Yep.
So we'll see if NFA goes back to man here.
Pressure's on a little bit from the Wildcats. CC causes a stir, but Stonington still comes down with the ball. Hoinski. Emily steps in front of that. I think that was Mansfield who checked in. Yep, number 5. Turnover, Stonington, ball going back to the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's exactly what that timeout was for. They switched back to man. Well, maybe. I think that's what that timeout was for. I can't say with certainty, but they switched back to man after Stonington had some success against that zone and caused a turnover immediately.
It's a 16-point lead for the Wildcats, 30-14. Orcutt, top of the key. Sophie's going to try a 3. That's no good. Rebound fought for by Atchison. CC resets up top to Stringer. Brooke lost the dribble and lost the ball. Mansfield comes down the other way for the Bears. A basket here would cut it to 14. Instead, a turnover is going to give it to NFA. Not the possession Coach Solar was looking for.
Girl in the first row was open, though.
She was. We haven't seen her shot yet. 5:10 left in the third. Stringer, Mansfield all over her. She finds CC. Jordan, Stringer, Atchison, Minor, Orcutt. Good movement. Baykent. Shot clock at 12. Jordan can't get it. Emily comes down with a rebound, tries for the end one, is going to go to the line.
Yeah, just crashing the boards, outworking the Bears right now are the Wildcats. Hasn't been pretty offensively so far this quarter, but working hard, getting the extra opportunities, going to the line now.
Emily misses the first. She was 1 for 2 in the first half from the line. The foul was on Rory Risley. That's her second. She's joined with 2 fouls by Hoinski and DePerry, and Baykent has 2 for the Wildcats. Emily misses them both. Jordan Baykent gets the rebound. She fouls. Ball's not going to go down. Emily, who's got it? Another jump ball. Hoinski in the middle again for Stonington.
So another couple offensive rebounds for the Wildcats. Still working hard, but can't get the ball to drop through the net, but they retain possession with the alternating era.
Emily Orcutt takes a seat. Petra Berry checks back in. She wears number 5. Stringer hasn't had a shot at all tonight. Inside to Baykent. Jordan turnaround, shot blocked. Shot clock still at 22. Atchison. Sophie's going to try it just inside the 3. No good. Jordan, easy rebound and should have been easy follow. No good. And a stupid foul on NFA.
Another offensive rebound and another missed opportunity at a putback. And those are the things they need to be able to clean up if they want to compete with the best.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Baykent finds herself there. She's got to make that shot later in the year. Second foul on Brooke Stringer. Stonington with the ball. That's Mansfield. That's Caitlin Cadmus against Jordan. No foul called. Atchison comes down with the ball. 30-14 Wildcats halfway through the third quarter. Good catch, Sophie Minor. Berry, good ball movement. Jordan from inside the free throw line, can't get it. Gets her own rebound, misses. Petra, ball on the floor. Who's in the middle of it? Hoinski, of course. And another jump ball. It's got to be, we're setting records for alternating possessions tonight. And I think Sophia Hoinski for Stonington has been in on every one of them.
Yeah, both teams playing hard. A lot of misses. So a lot of misses leading to a lot of rebounding opportunities, and both teams are scratching and clawing to try and get those rebounds, leading to these jump balls.
Mansfield tries a 3. That's no good. Hoinski with the rebound. Finds Rory Risley underneath. Good basket. 8 points now for Rory Risley. And it's a 14-point game. 30-16 Wildcats.
On the catch, she keeps it high and puts it right in.
Berry puts the ball on the floor to Jordan. Shot up. There we go. Jordan Bacon with her 6th point of the night. 32-16. We've doubled them up. However, Wildcats also trailing in this quarter 7-5. Brooke tried to get into Petra, no good. Jordan will shoot from the free throw line. No good. Loose ball's going to be picked up by Mansfield. Hoinski. 2:50 left. Third quarter. Caitlin Cadmus. Stringer on DePerry. See that one coming a mile away. Caitlin Cadmus on a back door but can't make the rebound. Wildcats, long throw from Atchison. Somehow Miner saves it. Somehow Stringer saves it. And Bacon has the ball at the top of the key. Brooks going to try a 3. No good. Is it good? Hit the top.
Quite the series with the athletic saves. First, a beautiful backdoor cut by the Bears, and the altered shot by Jordan Bacon forcing the miss. Wildcats with the run out and 2 saved balls that looked like they were going out of bounds on the baseline. Good hustle to even get that shot off.
Couple of substitutions for the Wildcats. Jada Harrison, Savannah Guernsey in. Turnover Stonington. CC from the left side. Brooke inside to Petra Berry. That shot's no good. Tries to keep it alive. Hoinski there. Surprise, surprise. Alternating possession. Sophia Hoinski, Petra Berry, NFA ball.
On that possession, nice ball fake to the wing by Stringer. Opened the passing lane to the middle. That's what they need to look for more. Faking one way and going another way.
You've been preaching about these ball fakes all night. What happened here? Timeout, Coach Gomez. She was worried about the 5-second call. Let's talk about these ball fakes. You've been preaching about them all night. Is that the first one you're happy about?
Well, against the zone. So against the zone, you want to shift. You want to shift the ball, shift the defense's eyes with the ball fake. When you're looking to get it into the post, you can fake wing and look to get it in, but you also want to change the level of the eye. So if you see the numbers of your teammate in the post, they're open, but you need to change the eye level of the person guarding you. So you want to fake high and hit him with a bounce pass, or fake the bounce pass and hit him with an air pass. So looking to incorporate some more ball fakes, either by shifting the zone or by getting that post entry by changing the eye level, will allow less deflections and less turnovers.
You know what we need for that? We need a telestrator for you right now.
Well, I've been asking for the upgrade.
Yeah,
we still don't even have free water up here. So
you want a sip of mine?
No.
I got a piece of gum. You want?
Waiting for that Vacatura sponsorship to come in.
Table Talk, sponsored by Vacaturas. All right, Stringer, Berry, Harris, Guernsey, Atchison for your Wildcats. Risley, Cadmus, Hoinski, DePerry for the Bears. 2 minutes left to go, third quarter, 32-16 NFA. Brooks going to try another 3, and it's good.
Great ball movement from the Wildcats. They got the ball inside, and the inside-out 3 is one of the easiest threes to hit because you're already squared up facing the basket.
I want to see a three-point shooting contest between the Stringer siblings. Brooke and her brother Carter, who's making a name for himself on our boys team as just a sophomore. That shot is up and no good from the Bears. Atchison pulls down the rebound. 35-16, 1:27 left to go in the third.
Stringer was open. You got to find the hot hand in transition.
Berry, Guernsey, she's going to try her 3. Oh, Savannah Guernsey gets in the book with her own three-pointer.
Another inside out, hitting Berry at the foul line, and she finds the open shooter, and all you have to do is rise and fire. Hold that foul through.
Hold that foul through. You know, that reminds me, we're going to hold that thought. We're going to talk about this at the quarter break. Remind me, hold that follow through. CC Atchison comes this way for the Wildcats. Brooke, top of the key, inside to Petra. No good. Brooke just takes it away. Feeds Petra again out to Jada Harris. She's going to try a 3. That's no good. Stringer rebound, trying to find somebody, does an Atchison. CC, little bit of a wild shot. Loose ball rebound comes down for Stonington, and Sophia Hoinski is exhausted. Caitlin Cadmus gets the and one opportunity on the other end. That's her 5th point of the night. The foul, I believe, is going to be on Jada Harris.
The Wildcats have taken a lot of shots this quarter. 4 of 21. They only took 22 the whole first half. And that's a credit to all those offensive rebounds, getting extra opportunities, just haven't been able to bury a lot of them.
38-19, 16 seconds left in the quarter, no shot clock for the Wildcats. Atchison. She's got Addie Risley on her. Harris picks off Risley. Cece's gonna drive, take the last shot, no good. And the third quarter is gonna end with NFA up 38-19. So what was a 27-9 score at halftime is now 38-19. So the Wildcats, who fell behind a little early in that quarter, come out with an 11-10 edge. Coach, let's talk about this thing before I forget it. You're talking about hold that follow through, right, on the three-pointer. As a Stonington kid, and as a member of the freshman basketball team during my time there, holding the follow-through can only remind me of the late, great Joe Ciriello.
A Waterbury guy.
A Waterbury guy.
One of the legends.
True legend.
One of the legends.
Did you coach against him?
I was an assistant coach under Neil Curlin.
Okay.
And he had some very, very good teams. He had a player by the name of Alex Jensen.
Oh yeah,
we went down.
Vermont, I think.
You're correct. We went down to Stonington one of my first years as an assistant. Mark Jones was the point guard for NFA, and I believe, I'm gonna get it wrong, but I believe that the final score was 98-96.
Wow.
It was a wild one, and I don't even remember if we won or lost, honestly. I just remember I was so young. I think I was even just a volunteer assistant that year. I think it was Mark Jones' sophomore year. And I'll have to talk to Neil about that. But just Joe Ciriello always got his teams to play really hard.
He sure
and
did.
And the ECC was very balanced back then. It was before we merged with the Northern League, the QVC. So we would play Stonington twice a year.
An absolute legend in the Stonington and I guess in the statewide basketball community, Joe Ciriello. Emily Orcutt, good look. Ball doesn't fall. Bears come down with a rebound and push it back the other way. DePerry, Addie Risley, Guernsey runs behind her, gets in front of her, no good. Atchison pulls down the rebound. I think Jensen's range, coach, was when he got in the gym, if I remember correctly. Jada Harris tries a long three. That's no good. Stringer comes down with the rebound. Cece's going to launch three. No good. Here come the Bears. Turnover, Stonington. 1 minute played here in the fourth and final period. 38-19 Wildcats. Had 20 points at the end of the first quarter and have scored less than that in the two middle quarters. Jada Harris. Wow.
I like her style. I like her game. She can take contact, take a bump, little finger roll,
scoop and a score, right?
Little Iceman, George Gervin finger roll, taking the contact reminds me of another famous Wildcat legendary player, Sabria Outlaw.
That was Addie Risley, who gets her first bucket of the night. 40-21 now, 19-point lead. Harris is going to try for three. In and out. Emily's going to fight for the rebound. She comes down with it, resets to Stringer. I don't like these three-point bombs lately. Let's run the offense here a little bit. Harris. Inside, nice cut, Stringer. Great pass, Harris. 7 second half points for Brooke Stringer 42-21 Wildcats.
Yeah, I like Harris. I like her shot, actually. I think she just has to get some more reps with it. But she's open. She looks confident. She's just got to get some more reps to refine that three-point stroke.
Here come the Wildcats. Atchison drives on Addie Risley, looking for the scoop and the score. Wow. Cece. What a game.
Future's bright for these Wildcats.
It sure is.
They got 3 seniors, which, you know, Courtney's been putting a lot of time into developing this team for this year, for this senior year, because it seems like these 3 seniors have logged, you know, basically every minute of an NFA varsity game for the last 3 years. But the sophomores, Atchison and Harris, along with the junior minor and
the junior Petra
Berry. Also, they have an outstanding freshman, Kendall McRae. So NFA girls had a bright future.
Rory Risley on a rebound off a missed shot. She puts it back up. That's 10 for Rory. She's leading scores for the Bears. 45-23 now. Just over 5 minutes left to play in the game. Turnover, Wildcats. The leading scorer in the game is Cece Atchison. She's 18.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if you really want to get the microscope out, what this NFA team is missing, I forgot Savannah Guernsey, only a sophomore as well. So,
right.
So she's out there right now. So a lot of youth to go along with these 3 seniors. The microscope reveals true point guard. If we can get a mini Coach Gomez out there somehow, that's what this team needs. It just needs that one floor general, because Atchison handles the ball a lot, but seems to be much better off the ball as a scorer, even though she delivers a beautiful entry pass there.
To Jordan Bacon, who puts it up and in. You're right. I mean, this is the one thing that's a noticeable miss from last year, is not having Nevaeh York running the point. And so it's been a combination between Atchison and Stringer. Guernsey, nice run, nice pass by Bacon, and I think Savannah, good decision to pull it back.
Good entry.
Jordan, should be an easy one, and it is. That gets her to double digits. 49-23, 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Wildcats on top of the Bears. Nice cut there. Mansfield tries to get it to Hoinski. And Guernsey's going to draw the foul on Hoinski.
And the man-to-man defense has been very good. Stonington's helped them out a little bit, missing some chippies and throwing the ball around. But the effort, you know, there's just no easy baskets for Stonington. They've had to work so hard every possession. I think the Bears are very tired at this point.
Yeah, they've had to work for everything. No question about that. So this is Guernsey, Minor, Bacon, Harris for the 3. In and out. Sophie Minor says, I want a piece of that.
Yeah, I like the shot. Harris is probably like 0 of 5 from 3, but I like the release. She just has to get some reps, getting a little bit more arc on that ball.
What I like about it, Coach, she's not afraid to take it.
Yeah, she's got a good release point. You know, she doesn't hesitate. It's a catch. She recognizes she's open as Sophie jumps on her back.
Sophie is she's fun to watch.
Oh, you need a player like that on every team, boys, girls, rec, doesn't matter. You need a player that's just going to play at, 80 miles an hour all game long like that. She gives you that effort. She sets the tone defensively for this Wildcat squad.
I'm going to call her RML Carr. You do remember ML Carr.
Nobody else that's listening to this does.
Come on. I know my Stonington friend Jennifer Norcross remembers ML Carr.
I remember that he was a coach.
Oh.
Right? He coached the Celtics for a little bit, didn't he?
You are so...
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Okay, I was...
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
You are feeding the bad stuff tonight.
I'm saying what I remember.
Okay. Addie Cadmus to the line for
You
2.
asked a question.
Yeah, she makes her first. I could also say she's like our own Vinnie Johnson from the Detroit Pistons.
But that's like an offensive spark. So now I'm you're speaking a little bit more my time.
So
he's an offensive spark. He comes off the bench. I would say Jada Harris is more a little bit like that. She's coming off the bench.
Right, but I'm just going for a sparky person. But if you're telling me you know Vinnie Johnson, you don't know ML Carr, you're playing with me. Emily Yee inside. Jordan Bacon can't get it. Glad to see Emily getting some minutes here. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. 49-25. NFA on top. Guernsey's going to fire it to Yee. Yee for 3. It's too easy.
Yee for 3. I
Yee
love
for
that.
3. It's
I
too
love
easy.
that.
Hoinski's going to try. Misses it. Going back to NFA. We're going to see, I don't have Tess on our roster here. Tess Beauperlant, number 50. Got to add her for next time. Sorry, Coach.
Then you knew it, though. That's why you're the best in the biz. You don't even need a roster. You're facial recognition. You're like an iPhone.
I'm automatic AI. Here's the thing about Tess, sophomore.
No, they're getting some youth in the game here.
Yee tries again for 3, no good. Guernsey and Hoinski. Hoinski has got to have 15 tie-ups tonight for the Bears.
Yes.
If that were his stat category, she would be leading it. Kendall McCrae, this is the freshman.
There's the freshman. She can shoot it.
Checking in number 15 for the Wildcats.
Good out of bounds play.
Guernsey's not bashful. She'll try it. Won't get it. Own rebound. Up, no good. Harris cleans it up. She's going to fire. Is a good-looking shot, Coach.
Yeah, just got to work on getting some reps. Might have to do it her feet. Got to get a little bit more balanced. But it comes off nice at the top.
Coach Gomez calling a timeout here. I think she wants to settle him down a little bit, I'm thinking, for these remaining couple of minutes. I could be wrong.
Well, no, I think you're right. She just threw a bunch of subs out there.
Yep.
So, they don't know where they're supposed to be going. You also want to set up your defense. You're coaching for the future right now. This game is in hand, but you're coaching for future possessions and even future years. That's what you do. You got to make the most of these minutes, that you get. And even though this game is already in the books, you still want to make the most of this time that you got out here.
52-25, Wildcats. With a win would go to 5-2. The Bears would fall to 4-2. It would be the 3rd win in a row for NFA, who will play their 4th game in 7 days on Saturday when they host Newtown.
They're going to run. I'm guessing this looks like it's going to be America's play. Get McCrae a 3 in the corner.
I say, let's call this, Coach.
I think if
America's play for McCrae.
Let's see.
Guernsey.
No, it's not. It's a little different, but you got her a 3 at the top.
Well, she looked right at it. I like that.
America's play is that, screen in, throw it back to the corner.
Guernsey's going to sit down, and Brianna Morin Sanchez, number 25, is going to check in for NFA for the final minute and 45 seconds. Loose ball, Harris, Morin Sanchez tries to get it to McCrae. Turnover to the Bears. Out of bounds remains Stonington ball. About to check in for NFA's number 20, Alani Cruz.
Nice game for Harris.
Great game for Harris. Only 4 points on the books, but man, she played bigger than that.
I think just good for her confidence level, just to be able to play in a big varsity game. All the shots didn't fall, but she knows that she can get those shots off. Now she's got to put the reps in. Ooh, little mixtape there.
Emily Yee, turnover for the Wildcats. Or foul?
Yeah,
Foul.
no, she mixed her up at half court and then drew a reach in. So they'll get another out of bounds play here. Let's see, Kendall.
So is America's play?
Well, we'll see. Kendall taking it out again, maybe trying to get the freshman a shot here.
Is that the first sign that the inbounder is going to be the
She's going
shooter?
to screen back in. There it is, America's play. Wasn't there. That was a good decision. Don't force that three. A lot of players say, oh, that's the play. I just got to shoot it.
Moran Sanchez finds Cruz underneath.
See, that's where you got to fake high, bounce pass in.
.37 seconds left in the ball game. 52-25, Wildcats. McCray. Moran Sanchez. Yee. Emily looking to get to the free throw line. Doesn't get the break. 16 seconds left. Stonington trying to get one more shot off before the game expires. Inside, Addie Cadmus is going to go to the line where she's going to get 2 shots. Foul was on Moran Sanchez. That's her first. First shot is good for Addie Cadmus. Second shot up and good. Addie Cadmus gives her 6 for the night.
No
and the
shot.
clock winds down, no shot, and the Wildcats are going to win 52-27. Third win in a row for your NFA Wildcats, moves them to 5-2, drops the Stonington Bears to 4-2. And I believe we're going to end up with Coach Gomez for just a minute. So let's just run down some quick scores here, Coach. For Stonington, Sophia Hoinski had 2, Addie Cadmus had 6, Addie Risley 3 points. Caitlin Cadmus had 6, and Rory Risley led the Bears, the lone player in double figures with 10. On the NFA side, Emily Orcutt had 5, Sophie Miner had 2, Emily Yee for 3, Jada Harris had 4, 7 points from Brooke Stringer, 3 points from Savannah Guernsey, 10 points from Jordan Bacon, and clearly the player of the game with 18 points, Cece Atchison.
Yeah, Cece set the tone in the first quarter. She was able to get to the bucket and really played with a lot of bounce in her step tonight. The Wildcat defense, can't say enough about it. We'll like to see what Coach Gomez thought overall. You know, the offense was a little bit up and down, but the defense stayed consistent throughout. So we'll have a couple questions for Coach Gomez here.
Wow, I'm impressed, Juice, that you have the juice to get her up here, fresh off a victory. I didn't ask you beforehand, and he just goes down and waves, and here you are.
Listen, last time I was up here, apparently I was a little bit too serious, so I'm trying to be a little cooler this time around.
So,
okay?
52-27, great first quarter, a little sloppy.
Little.
What overall thoughts? I mean, obviously a good win, your third win in a row. How are you feeling right now?
You know, it was actually nice to see some of the guards have a chance to help us carry the game. Typically, we've leaned a lot on Emily and Jordan to score for us and rebound for us. And, you know, their post players are good from Stonington, and they weren't afraid. They were tough. They, work well together. And, it was nice to see our guards step up and take a little pressure off, especially Cece tonight was great on the
18
boards.
points.
Yeah.
On the boards, too,
Yeah.
but 18 points offensively.
Yeah, it was nice to see her attack the basket a little bit. When teams scout us well, they take away the inside. And we've been sort of like scrapping to find ways to score when they do that. and it was nice to see Cece get a little confidence with that. And then we have some kids off the bench that can score, that have some decent shots. They need more time and some rhythm in the game, and hopefully they got some of that tonight. But overall, Fitch was a tough game. It was a gritty win, and I always worry. I know that those games after those big divisional games where you think you should win if you execute and you do what you do well, they always seem to be like the hardest games to win.
Right.
So the message at practice yesterday was we have to prepare just as hard as we would for a divisional game. And we did that, and even though it wasn't great, like Emily didn't have her offensive night she usually has, it was nice to see other people be able to step up.
They picked them up.
Exactly.
So not to get too far ahead, but Newtown on Saturday.
Yeah.
Here, going for your 4th win in a row.
Yeah.
What do we know about Newtown?
I haven't watched a ton of film on them this year, but Jeremy O'Connell is one of the all-time greatest coaches, so he always has a tough defensive team. They've got a returning guard who can shoot a lot of threes. She's a lefty, and she's quick, and she's tough. He's got some post players that rebound well around the basket. He's a solid man-to-man coach, so we're going to face pressure man-to-man. And it's a great game for us because they're double L. They actually played tonight against Pomperog, so I'm going to go home and
Well, it'll be interesting because you just destroyed Pomperog.
Yeah, Pomperog, their point guard got hurt in the first quarter, so it did change the dynamic of them, but we played the best I've seen us play that day. But it'll be a tough game. Every game on our schedule is tough. I'm glad that we have them home because Newtown is a hike, but it'll be another battle.
It'll be another
battle. Yep.
Going for 4th win in a row, now 5-2. Great job, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate you doing this.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Juice, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Congrats, Coach. Yeah, and I think, Mike, Coach touched on it. Ball handling.
Yeah.
It's important. Pomperog loses their primary ball handler, and that allowed NFA to blow the doors off. They're going to face a team coming up in Newtown that's going to put a lot of pressure on ball handlers. They're going to have to find a way to handle that pressure to be able to get the ball in position where they can get easy scoring opportunities. Ball handling is a premium in high school basketball. It's not a given. And that's something that you got to continue to develop every day in practice and work on those things like being able to land on two, being able to get the ball above your head and move the ball so that people can't just swipe it out of your hands, using ball fakes, using the back dribble to create space, not just going in one direction, changing direction, either between the legs, behind the back, with the sharp crossover. All those things are the unseen work that coaches have to put in day out with their players because, the skill set of basketball takes such a long time to develop.
Right.
It really does. Especially for most high school players, they're just not playing basketball. They're doing other things. They're playing other sports. They're doing other activities. They don't have a ball in their hand 300 days a year.
52-27 is our final. We have to thank Mark Betancourt for his work here in the booth with us and a number of other people that help us along the way. And then looking ahead, we've got a few games coming up towards the end of the month. I think our next one is the 23rd or the 16th. Some is the 23rd. I should be looking right at it. I'm not. But we got a few games left, and I'd be curious to see, Coach, where both the boys and the girls are when we see them again. So it'll be a couple weeks. They'll have more games under their belt. But final here, 52-27. Wildcats move to 5-2. Newtown on Saturday, a chance to win 4 in a row. We appreciate you being with us tonight.